Friends, Father Frank Pavone here, National Director of Priests for Life. Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. I wanted to come on just for a few minutes here to clarify for you the status of the presidential race. Status being, Biden has not won. It is not decided. There's a process in the United States of America by which we elect a president, a process that we could all afford to learn a little bit more about. And nowhere in the text of the Constitution, federal law, or state law does the media have a role in deciding the outcome of a presidential election. Many media reports are saying today that Biden has won the presidency. He has not. Listen carefully to the words that they're using. They're going to use the word project or projected or is projected, not certified. Let's explain how this works. First of all, let's go to the far end of the process. When does it get officially announced who won the presidential race? You know when it gets officially announced? On Wednesday, January the 6th of 2021, in a joint session of Congress, where the House and the Senate read out the votes of the electors. Now, each state has electors. This is the Electoral College. That's who you selected when you went to the polls to vote for president on November 3rd or before that. You selected your state's electors. And your state's electors will then vote for the president based on how the people in the state voted. They take their vote, these electors, on December 14th, Monday, December 14th, more than a month away. The states, meanwhile, have to send in their certification. So each state has to certify how the people in their state voted for president. The states have the deadline of December 8th, okay, that's 1 month from tomorrow, to send in to the federal government their certification of the election in their state. Now, the states also, by state law, have various deadlines for certification. None of those deadlines has even come yet. The earliest ones are 1 week after the election. That's this coming Tuesday. Many states have their deadlines later on in the month of November, and 14 states have their certification deadlines in December. So the states haven't even certified the results in their own states. The media certainly has no business doing so. Moreover, in various states, hundreds of thousands of ballots are still being counted. And this is one of the key things that you need to point out to people. And here's the irony. The people on the left who are trying to make it look like this election has been decided are the same people who always say you have to count every vote. Now, we say that too. We believe that too. But why aren't they practicing what they preach? If hundreds of thousands of ballots are still being counted, why are you acting as if it's been decided? Because we're talking about states with razor-thin margins. We're talking about Georgia. We're talking about Nevada. We're talking about Pennsylvania. We're talking about Arizona. We're talking about Wisconsin. These states haven't certified the election results. There's hundreds of thousands of ballots that are still to be counted. So why would the media project Biden as the winner? My friends, it's an educated guess. It's a matter of opinion. Because here's how this works. If a state, like I mentioned, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada, Arizona, if a state still has hundreds of thousands of ballots left, first of all, if you imagine people counting all these ballots, at any given point in the count, one or another candidate is going to be ahead. You come back a few hours later or the next day, and another candidate is ahead at that point in time because different ballots have been counted. Now remember, the ballots that remain to be counted, they come from different parts of the state. So ballots coming from urban areas may tend to be more Democrat. Ballots coming from rural counties will tend to be more Republican. And the fact of the matter is that people can make educated guesses, not only on where they're coming from, not only on geography, but methodology. In other words, are these ballots that were cast in person on Election Day? Are these ballots that were cast via absentee ballot but brought in person on Election Day? Are these ballots that were mailed in? If so, were they mailed in early? Were they mailed in later in the process? Trump supporters tend to vote closer to Election Day or on Election Day, and Democrats tend to vote earlier. So based on looking at the remaining ballots, or are they overseas ballots, are they military ballots, based on where these ballots come from and how they were cast, people can make projections. They can make educated guesses about how it's going to turn out in the end. But friends, a projection is not a decision. And this is where the media are just, unless they make these distinctions for you and for me and for the viewers, unless they make these distinctions, they're misleading people. Now, a lot of people are seeing these news reports today and saying, oh, Biden won the election. He did not. The election, these states have not certified their results. The electors haven't voted, and the Congress has not officially read the returns from the electors. There's a lot more to happen. It's going to take another 2 months for the official results to be announced. It's going to take another month at least for the states to certify their results. And I say again, we can't stress this enough. Hundreds of thousands of ballots are still being counted in states where the margin is razor thin. So it's irresponsible at best, manipulative at worst, for either the media or the Biden campaign or his supporters to try to pretend today that this election is decided. Friends, I hope this information is helpful to you. Please pass it along. Please know that we are with you and we all are continuing to speak up so that the results of elections in our country are reliable, fair, and accurate. Let's let all the votes be counted and let's stop jumping to conclusions about who has won this presidential race, because right now, nobody has won this race. God bless you, friends. We will talk to you again tonight, at 9 o'clock, where we'll have some further explanation of all of this. Thanks very much for tuning in.